The bombs. Well, this arrest comes after British authorities said they foiled a much larger bomb plot this month, an al-Qaeda-linked plan to blow up transatlantic flights using liquid explosives. Well, to talk more about the fallout from these alleged terror plots is counter-terror expert Dr. Barak tzur. He is a visiting fellow at the Washington Institute and also a former colonel, I understand, in the Israel Defense Forces. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being here.
You're welcome.
So liquid explosives, to me, change the landscape completely here. What kind of technology is out there? If you look at the security implications for this in terms of airport screening, that kind of thing, are there any weapons in place for this?
Well, first of all, I think that the most important issue that we have to understand that the detecting, the screening, the human touch before those terrorists are approaching the installations or airports and things like that. The most important issue is the intelligence circle is dealing with the prevention. It's dealing with intelligence dominance in order to detect them and to expose them before they arrive to those places, those installations.
So in other words, find out about this before it gets to the airport, before it gets on the plane.
By all means, because you have to understand what is the threat, what is the danger, what you are going to face. In order to that, you have to prepare your facilities, your defense shield, and the other procedures of defense. Of course, the defense and the all procedures that you are using to detect them, once they are arriving to the airports and the civilian installations, it's the last frontier.
Yeah.
And of course, it's almost something that can get through.
There's some talk about some of the new technology, though, these puffer detectors we've heard about, where they can actually look at, sort of take a look at a person's body and somehow detect any type of explosives on them. Do those work for liquid explosives as well, or do you know?
Well, liquid explosives were used in the past. One case that I recall, it's when a Hezbollah member was captured in Germany in January 1987, trying to smuggle explosive of this kind, and he was exposed and interrogated and so on. It's not the first time, it was in the past. In this case, as I understand, they were about to use TATP. And they tried to compose the 3 ATP from 3 different not dangerous liquids to dangerous explosive on the plane. But of course, nowadays, there are a lot of facilities and equipment that can detect explosives.
You know, you mentioned the importance of intelligence, before the fact. And I'm wondering, I'd like to hear your opinion on this, because one of the things that was said right around the time of this UK plot being discovered was that it may have been easier for intelligence officials to crack this one, because when you start talking about liquid explosives, it's complicated. You need a wide web of people. You need people with chemical knowledge, chemical expertise. And the more people you need to pull this off, the easier it is for intelligence officials maybe to get a heads up or to get a tip off.
I think that first of all, the scope of this plot, it's not because they were needed to compose and to assemble the explosive. The scope of the plot, it's because they wanted to carry out a huge and very deadly terror attack. This was the main idea. And the preparations, I think, that were more than 1 year. And this, of course, it's an advantage for security services to check, to follow, and to put surveillance on those elements that are about to carry out those terror attacks.
Understood. Dr. Barak tzur, thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, join us this Thursday. We are going to